Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Welcome to Drinkin' Bros, kids. It's Friday show, so we're definitely drinking here on a Friday afternoon. We got Gina Hyena in the house tonight. Look at you. You
Look
got
at
the
me.
rosé. Look at
I
you.
got
Look
some
at us.
rosé.
Look at us.
I literally packed a dress because in my head I was like, I'm going to wear a dress to the podcast and they're going to treat me as a lady. And then I woke up hungover as shit and brought a hoodie.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could have dressed up like the Queen of England. We wouldn't have treated you like a lady.
Yeah, I had
No.
a feeling.
It's a good thing you skipped that.
We just don't care. What does your hoodie say?
It says Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Yeah, it's a hardcore band I grew up with. They had a shirt or a song called JFC, which is written based on Oppenheimer's point of view. So it says, I am the end of the world. So it was like all the shit that he
I
said
am
before.
become death.
Yeah. So it's based on that. But I grew up with them when they were playing basements in fucking Chicopee, Mass. And now they tour like fucking nationwide and sell out shit. So I was like, always
Wait,
got to
they're still
support the homies.
Yeah. Are they a Christian rock band?
No.
Believe it or not.
Oh,
no.
yeah. I didn't know. I didn't
You're like,
know,
I had
obviously.
a feeling maybe not.
I didn't know they
Yeah.
were still touring.
Yeah.
No, I used to be big. They used to open up for Stryper.
Yeah.
It's just Christian rock bands just coming
Petro.
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fan of Stryper. Huge fan of Stryper. I don't know if you are.
Petro
I don't
was
know.
the other big Christian rock metal band. And I think they wrote that
Yeah.
song. Wait, one of them wrote that song, God Gave Rock and Roll to You, and then I think Kiss bought it from him or some shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
And then Creed, obviously.
I liked Under Oath. I still like
Under
Under
Oath
Oath.
is good, yeah.
Do you still like Creed?
No.
With arms wide open.
No, didn't that dude beat his wife? You'd think I would like him more.
No, he
Whoa,
just
did he?
I don't think so. I think he just fucked a bunch of other women, which
I
is
think so.
I think he
if you
slapped her.
If you're rich, you're entitled to do both of those things.
Gave her a
Well, first of all,
Godsmack.
You can slap your wife.
what woman doesn't want to be slapped in the first place?
I know.
That's not-
Really?
No, thank you.
Again,
yeah,
that is not
no,
true.
That's
How many li-
completely
You're a liar.
true.
How
I'm
many
a good
lies-
dad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, guys. Sorry you got a lady with a good father on the podcast.
That's a red flag for me,
Yeah, this should
actually.
be a rough one for you.
Just
You know-
walk into
Sorry.
walk into the bar and say, "Hey, does anybody else have problems with their dad?" And if a girl doesn't raise her hand, just walk the fuck out. Right?
Exactly.
You're like, I'm done here.
You know
I
who the
don't wanna put
latest
the
one
work in.
was Bob's, dude. Bob's, your dream girl, Rachel Bilson.
I know.
Did you hear about her?
Who's
Yeah,
Rachel Bilson?
Holy shit.
Summer from the OC.
Pop up a pic for
What
the audience
happened?
of Rachel
I never
Bilson.
saw
Don't
that.
show me her with like a black eye or something.
Well, no.
Oh, I thought you said black guy.
Yeah, Jesus.
I don't
That's-
that
believe
would
in that
make my
mess.
father so upset.
Why, I bet.
You're fucking.
Your
Italian
father
dad.
would get out the jam boy when he would play golf on Sundays, I bet.
Damn it.
You
No, my
knew it was
dad's
coming
Italian.
today.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
You knew it was coming today.
I will say, being from an Italian family, they didn't support the whole jam boy thing, but my grandfather had a black cat named Mookie, which sounds very racist.
Mookie Wilson, though. They're
Mookie
from
Wilson.
New York.
Yeah, they're from
You
New
know,
York.
it was after that I asked my dad, like a couple years later, I was like, wait, why did y'all have a black cat named Mookie? And he was like, oh, because I was working on the ambulance and I found a cat and we had a doctor whose last name was like Mook and Gennaro, and we thought that was so funny. So we just named a cat after the immigrant. I was like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, why
that
not?
might be worse.
I'm in the market for a new dog. Maybe I'll name it after an immigrant.
Exactly.
Who's your favorite?
My favorite immigrant?
Yeah.
Oh boy, probably somebody from the rocket team from the Nazis, right? But you can't do that.
The rocket team.
Yeah,
you
so
can't do that.
the people that made the
Jesus.
V2 rocket came over here and helped us develop nuclear weapons. So but I
think
can't
I'm
do that
getting the
one.
premise of the podcast, and we're not going to talk about the ballet.
I like a good old
mostly
fashioned
J6.
Mexican. Yeah, I like a good old fashioned Mexican.
You like a good?
I sure do.
Oh.
I sure do. I can't get. So we live in Austin. I can't get a fucking white man to do work, like any form of work whatsoever. You've got to hire Mexicans. White people just don't want to work in this city. So
Yeah.
They just want to get flash tattoos and talk about their podcast.
that's it.
I'm sorry, get what tattoos?
Flash tattoos.
What does that mean?
It's like the shit that's on the wall that you're just like, I want that dragon.
Oh,
Or
you mean
I
like
want
what,
they look like little stickers.
What
Yeah.
Adam, whatever the fuck
Adam
his name is, Levine did, yeah.
Yeah.
Like we were at that Super Bowl in Atlanta a couple years ago, and it was the first time. It was right after I guess he had gotten all of them, and he's doing the halftime show, and he takes his shirt off, and I'm like, this looks like somebody photoshopped it.
Yeah,
you
it
got like California across your.
It looks
are you
like an
fucking serious?
Instagram filter. It's so stupid.
It was the whole context sheet.
Yeah.
It was like, give me one of everything, and I'll take that. It looks great.
Yeah.
It's just give me one of that.
That's
Now-
what every barista here has, like every
Yeah.
little fucking
Oh, yeah.
bullshit on it.
Oh,
The
yeah.
fucking the what do you call it? Nautical stars, one of them
Yeah.
typically. Yeah, it's so stupid.
That's
now,
Pull up Rachel Bilson real quick. You're going to love this real
yeah,
quick.
I like
All
that
right.
you explained what that is. We're gonna have you explain Jamboy in a minute. Before we do that, let's look at this
Eat
picture. Of this
shit.
girl.
Rachel Bilson, OC, cutie.
Yeah.
Thought kind of innocent vibe, all that other stuff. So she came out last night and said that she lost a job in Hollywood because she did a podcast recently where she said she likes to be manhandled in bed.
Oh.
And I was like, whoa, okay, let's
And
go.
she says she lost a job because of that. Because it seems like
Yes.
you would get jobs
That's
because of
what
that.
I thought too, Bob. And what was the?
She's been saying a lot of wild stuff the last couple of years, like in an awesome way. Like people were like, remember
She's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
In
She's
a
like-
cool way. She
Yeah, in a-
likes
in
to
a-
get choked. That's so sick.
It is awesome.
Why?
At one
Great.
point, people asked her, they're
Wait.
like, what do you miss most about dating Bill Hader? And she just goes, his huge cock.
Yep.
I heard that's cool, and I'm really glad to hear Bill Hader has a huge cock because, like, he's so talented and cool. Like, and I'm like, you deserve that.
But do you think he has a huge cock?
I mean, compared to other people that she's fucked, probably.
don't
Because, like, who
know,
are we
man.
comparing it
Yeah,
against?
what
Who
is
else
she-
has she dated?
when
Was
she
she with
says-
John Mayer at all?
When she says huge, what it do? In which direction?
Why is John Mayer supposed to have a big
She's
one?
got a hog. We can show it to you. We got a
You
pic of it.
have John
Oh my
Mayer's
God.
cock
We've
on
got-
like a Rolodex
Yes,
right now?
we've got everybody's
You're
cock.
Like, who does it?
We've got everybody's cock
on
on
the shelf
Rolodex.
somewhere?
Yeah. Well, it used to
Well,
be.
we've got a walrus dick back there somewhere.
We
I
do.
see a dino dick
That's
here.
that's
I'm worried about you
Caucasaurus
guys.
That's
Are
a
you guys okay?
Concosaurus
Yeah.
Rex right there.
and then
Are you
Hulk
guys
Hogan right
okay?
next to him.
Mentally or physically?
Mentally.
Physically, I feel fine.
Yeah,
Physically feel
physically, you
fine.
guys
Mentally-
are like physically, you guys are like kind of glowing, actually.
Yeah. Well, I'm
like
pregnant, so-
there's some like money being put into that.
Well,
All this Jam
he's
Boy
pregnant.
money's
I
doing
know,
good for the
yeah.
skin right now.
I mean, look, your father is racist, and then you're going to
Hey,
pass that off on to me.
No, my
Like, I
dad
don't-
likes Bernie Sanders. My dad is the most liberal fucking dude. It's crazy.
You think Bernie Sanders is not racist?
He's super
Honestly?
racist.
oh, I don't know. All I know is my
I mean, it
dad
would be
doesn't
like a
think he is.
not in my backyard kind of situation, right?
All right,
Really?
pull up this cock real quick.
yeah.
Whose cock was that, Bob?
That was not the right cock.
Whose cock was it?
Find
Let's just
the
see it.
right cock.
But let's just see a cock, dude. Whose cock is
Wait,
it,
was
dude?
that John
It's
Mayer's?
Friday.
I think it was shot.
But my grandfather.
Who was it?
Yeah,
Because it was small.
Bob, let's see the penis, man.
Everyone's
I don't-
grandfather.
Show the girl
It's
the
Friday.
dick already.
Yes,
John
show
Mayer.
this girl this
Show
dick.
this poor woman.
Wait, do
a
we
dick.
have your consent to show your random dicks on the
Yeah, is
internet?
that a thing we need to ask for?
Okay, let me tell you.
I ask before every move. If my
you
hand
know what?
goes from
That's
your hip
smart.
to your titty, I ask, "Hey, titty?" Yes.
Wow, what a
good.
gentleman.
And then there's a checkbox as well in triplicate. Now, then we
Drink
review it
more
afterwards.
of this. Did I leave this drink at any point?
Oh,
How am
no.
I thinking
I wouldn't
back?
Give me a little
What's
Cosby
in the
sprinkle.
rose?
You want a little Cosby sprinkle tonight?
It does make your skin look good, apparently.
It does.
But
It does.
okay, so I will say this: I am not asking to see the dicks. I'm not like, "This is hot, cool, big dicks." But I'm not going to be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe
This
this guy
is
showed me a dick."
just
show
say
me
you
a
want to see
fucking-
the dick.
Just say,
Show
I
the dick.
want
Show
to
me
see
the
the dick. I want to
dick.
see the
Do
dick
we have a
too.
dick?
all
Can you
right?
say it? Can you say it like?
There it
Oh my
is.
god, I'm peeing.
So this is John Mayer
yeah.
pissing.
Oh,
You gotta
no.
make
Zoom
it
in
I
on
see
that
it.
cock. There you
Yeah.
go. That's a fucking hog. Oh, look. Are you fainting because of it?
I'm just like having
That's
an existential crisis.
Bob-
That's a hammer right
I
there.
like Bob how you zoomed in an additional unnecessary time. Right.
No, you did, Bob. You did the right thing. And if I had an applause button here, which I want installed, it would be for you today, Bob.
Yeah.
Right there. Look at that thing.
I just felt the need to enhance.
And he's uncirced. He's
It's
uncirced
not
right
that
there.
big.
It sure is, dude.
He's pretty hard because he was just getting a blowjob, hence the
Is
girl's
he
face.
uncircumcised?
Either way,
Is that
dude.
what I'm looking at?
Yeah, you're looking at an uncirced weens there.
That's a good average white dude, but that's not on the internet.
That's a nice thing. Giorgio,
it's boyfriend dick,
Is
from what I've
your
heard.
penis bigger than that?
Yes.
I like that the guy knew the term
don't
boyfriend dick.
Let's see it. Let's see Giorgio's penis.
I know things about dicks that girls say.
Yeah, what is a boyfriend dick? Now that I don't know. What is that?
Boyfriend dick is when you have a guy that's like slightly above average, but it's not like a big fish that you caught. When you get like one of those that's like, oh my God, what a dick. Like, you know you're not keeping it. So you just let it back out. You're like catch and release kind of thing. But boyfriend dick is like, oh, this guy doesn't have like a fucking hammer on him that like I gotta be worried about his ex-girlfriend calling. It's just like, oh, this is something, it's like a Goldilocks dick. You're like, oh, I could settle down with this. It's
This one
slightly,
seems just right.
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
That
Like
you're
we
like,
can progress to anal at some point, and I'm not going to have to go to the hospital.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not going to
Yeah.
be a Mr. Hand sitch.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
being said, I've been celibate for 18 months now. I feel the need to clear that up
Why?
because because of situations like this.
What do you mean?
Because of this.
Because of John Mayer? Did you get dicked down by John Mayer and we don't know it?
No. Yeah, because of John Mayer's
I was like, shit, dude. You look
dick.
like I didn't know if this was
why I'm
traumatizing. We
celibate.
just showed you your ex-boyfriend's cock on air, and I was like, oh shit.
That'd be a
would be a
sick
weird
rumor
day.
to
I
start.
recognize that vein.
Yeah.
Oh, is it uncircumcised? I'm acting like I've never seen it before. Oh, what? Oh. I got that hat in the back of my car.
Have you dated somebody famous that we could pull up their cock? Okay.
No.
All right.
No, I don't think there's a dick on the internet that I know.
So what's with the 18 months of celibate? Like why?
It's not like I picked 18 months. I was like, I'm going to wait until I have a connection with somebody who respects me that I also respect. And there's been very few dudes out there right now that are like, oh, I get along with my mother and also want to get to know you and don't just want to fuck like a hot city girl or talk about like my dick or whatever. Also, they're just like soft-handed dudes. A lot of
soft-handed dudes, yeah.
A lot of soft-handed dudes that I'm like, I don't think that you would be able to protect me if somebody broke into the house. Like, I would have to be taking that down.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, very few dudes like willing to be. I'm very old school. I like dudes to be providers, and I also like to emotionally provide for men that are like working towards something. And I don't meet a lot of guys that are down with that. That are like, I'm gonna be like chivalrous to her and like know what I'm investing in. And like
This is
want to
all
start a
super
family.
sexist. Everything you're saying.
Everything,
Let me tell you
yeah.
why
Yeah,
what you just
imagine.
said is problematic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just, and believe it or not, I think casual sex for me, I'm letting somebody enter my body, and I haven't met somebody recently that's like worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not even like physically, where you're just like, all right, this person's hot enough, and
No.
let's rock for the night and see what happens.
No, that's for your 20s.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're not in your 20s?
Thank you.
Well, didn't know. I didn't want to ask. Now I need to know your age.
Oh, I'm 36.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're looking to get married now at this point.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Giorgio's looking for the opposite.
Yeah,
So
Giorgio-
he's looking for
He's
somebody
just trying to stay alive. I think.
Well, but he also wants somebody to provide for him. So you don't meet those needs.
I want to
for
build
him.
with somebody, Ross.
That's not
Yeah,
true.
see?
he wants to build with somebody that has an inheritance and a boat.
Exactly.
Right.
I want to build with somebody who doesn't have a mortgage. anymore.
Basically, what he's building is a resistance to new STDs. To be honest,
Exactly.
By exposing himself to the other ones.
Yeah.
which I think is actually a good plan.
So do I,
Yeah.
Giorgio, for what it's worth.
Like when everything
tolerance.
goes sideways, it's going to be him and cockroaches left and nothing else. Right?
And I've said this many times, but a buddy of mine in Los Angeles, he threw in the towel and went off to this divorced woman who was married to a very, very important studio executive, and
really?
she got a massive settlement. And she just goes, he was a personal trainer. And he was like, let's go.
Yeah.
What would you say to this? I mean,
What?
dead serious. This is what she said to him. What would you say to this? You and I travel around the world forever. I can't marry you ever. Because, I'm going to
the
lose out
money
on
and the whole
alimony and the whole shit or whatever. But we can be together, and all we're going to do is just travel around the world, go on cruises, go on boats, go to Greece, go to Italy forever. And this is going to go on forever, and that's it.
And you're
And
never having kids or anything
nope,
like that.
no kids.
That sounds like it would get boring after like a
Yeah,
year.
like
to be
Italy.
honest.
How many times are you going to see fucking Italy and it
poor
change?
people
Yeah.
in Europe?
Great question. Great question.
Yeah.
So I've ran into him about 5 or 6 years later, and I was like, "Hey, did it get old?" And he goes, "No, it sure
Oh, really?
hasn't."
He was like, no, this actually rules.
And I knew him for close to 15 years at that point. I haven't seen him in years, but he was pretty depressed before all of that. And this was the happiest I've ever seen him. And I
good for
told
him.
him, and I go, "Hey, dude, maybe it really is the money. This is the happiest I've ever seen you in my entire life." And he
Yeah,
goes,
Ross, the cure for depression is marble floor villas and Italian croissants every morning.
It really is.
40 to 50
I would
years.
say
really
Well,
is.
croissant is French.
comfortable is great, but there are some people that are so poor, all they have is
So-
money.
You can tell by the fucking word, Giorgio.
"Yeah, croissant is definitely poor." I don't know what
I
you
didn't
just
say
said
poor.
that came out of your mouth, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Some people are so broke, all they have is money.
What does that mean?
It means like they don't have a real connection with certain people or actual real friends. They just have people kissing their ass, or they have like beautiful things and beautiful travel. Like I've met people.
You mean like that fucking designer bitch that blew her fucking brains out or whatever?
Yeah, like Kate Spade.
Spade,
Spade,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she
Yeah.
was going through a divorce, so
Yeah,
life's
but
so
she had
hard when you're a
so
fucking
much
billionaire.
Fucking money.
I know, but she was kind of older at that point.
Here's what we need to do.
Because does that creep into your mind of like, oh shit, if I don't get it by 45,
Yeah.
then I'll just be Grey Gardens with somebody?
What is
Grey
Grey
Gardens?
Gardens?
That Drew Barrymore movie where it's like, all right,
no,
sweet,
I'm-
you have a best friend, and then the two ladies
No,
live
I'm not
together.
worried
forever.
about it.
Did this movie come out when you were in high school in the 60s? Or what the fuck?
We're like,
No,
what did you just say,
It's
sir?
a very famous book, and that's the thing. It was Drew
Wow.
Barrymore and somebody else who I guarantee you Bob has seen this.
fuck?
Here's the
This
problem.
guy.
Reading's for queers in the first place. Right?
Sure is.
And I
Sure
refuse. Hell no, I ain't doing that mess. Because I'm a rough-handed man.
That's right,
Not a
man.
soft-handed
That's
man.
me. I don't
Reading's
know
for queer,
words. I know calluses. I know tools. No, I'm not worried about it.
Who else was in it? Who else was in
No,
it?
Grey
Bob?
Gardens was that documentary about those two old ladies that lived together.
It was, but I didn't Drew Barrymore do the movie?
Not
Grey
that one.
Gardens,
Am I tripping on acid?
is that somehow a reference to their fucking
I thought it was going to be like about
white
their
pubes
twats
or what?
something.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
It
was
seemed
a-
like a very literal reference
It
to
was a
like a
TV
dried
movie.
up puss.
Oh.
It was a TV movie. It was
on
at HBO. Yeah.
It was Drew Barrymore and Jessica Lange. I haven't seen it.
There you go.
Jessica who?
Lange.
Who the fuck is that?
Lang.
Oh,
Lang.
she's like
Jessica
that.
Lange.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. I can picture her face.
Wait, but they're
she was
like-
in like American Horror Story.
Yeah, but they're very divided in age. So I
Yeah,
guess Drew
so
Barrymore was the daughter.
They aged her up.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
And they
stupid.
aged her up, yeah.
Drew Barrymore is a
Sure is.
terrible fucking actress. She's even worse on this fucking talk show now. It's like mentally ill people come on her show and have breakdowns. She goes, "Oh, it's okay. You're great. You're perfect the way you
That's
are."
not what
No,
the show is?
you're fucking
Yeah.
mentally ill.
That's what I came here for. I
It
came
is.
here to be
God
like,
damn it.
You're beautiful.
No, we're here to fuck you up.
beautiful day. You
Yeah,
should
we're
love
here to tell you
yourself.
you're a loser. You should be
"Oh,
choked.
you dumb
And the reason why
bitch."
you're single is because you won't be
No,
choked.
you,
Oh, no,
want,
she
you want men to hit you.
Likes to be choked.
Okay.
No, she
Yeah.
does not
Yeah, she
like
does.
to be choked
Everyone
because she's
gets-
actually been choked before.
Gina?
So that
Oh,
takes
you
the,
have?
In a real
yeah,
way,
so
yeah.
that takes
You-
the
Rear
wind
naked.
out of those sails.
In
Yeah.
sex or just like
No,
in,
the
in
guy
the
wanted me
house?
fucking dead. The
Oh.
guy wanted me fucking dead.
What
in that
did
moment.
you do?
What did you
It seemed like
do?
you were asking
I
for
found
it.
out. I found out he was cheating on me. What a bitch.
Oh, is that you?
You gotta
Oh,
knock
yeah.
that shit off. Dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
you
what
gotta
an
quit
ass.
caring
I mean, you
about
say
that.
you want to emotionally support a guy. What's your fucking problem?
I was 22 at the time. He was a
Oh,
piece
fair
of shit.
enough. Yeah.
Did Scott Stapp slap that woman? Because if so, then maybe this sounds like you dated Scott Stapp.
I said with arms wide open, bitch.
Bitch.
Smacks him in the nose.
Your arms weren't wide
Yeah,
open
no,
when I
this is
walked
like
through
the
that
beginning.
fucking door.
No, this dude was super the Fast and the Furious. It just
Oh
sucked.
God.
That guy sucked.
There.
That was worse than getting
So
hit
he's
by
like
him.
one of
was
those-
like Vin Diesel posters.
He's like one of those chameleon dudes that whenever a new fad comes out, he just kind of his entire
yeah, like
personality.
a lot of neon in his
oh my
wardrobe.
God.
Yeah, that guy sucked.
That's so gay. That
Yeah.
no, that's being broke, as you called it. I guess vapid is a way to say.
yeah,
that
no,
as
that
well.
was a literal sociopath. Like he could fake tears. It was fucked up.
Did he
It
live
was
his life a
fucked
quarter
up.
mile at a time by any chance or no? Was
Probably.
It? Okay.
Probably. I don't know. He bought Nas. Like he had like the
Oh, my
car. Like
God.
he had
Shut
the whole
the
thing.
fuck up.
Did
yeah, he was
Is he
part
gonna
of
kill
a-
himself after this last movie comes out?
wish-
Actually, they're thinking about turning
I
this last one into
wish.
a three-parter. Do you hear that?
Oh, yeah. They got the early numbers because this was supposed to be the last one. They got the early numbers and they're like, man, I think we can go one more.
How
much
much longer
longer can-
China money for that?
Oh,
Here's
yeah.
how long this
It's
movie's been
mostly
going
China
on.
money.
Paul
Yeah.
Walker's
Yeah.
daughter is in this movie. That's how long this fucking
crazy.
franchise. Yes,
That's
and I think
crazy.
she's like 21 now.
Do you think they're gonna have her die off in like a car fire?
Could you imagine if they
It'd be
fucking
funny.
killed her off? It'd be.
I
Pretty
would
fucking-
if I'm in that writer's room.
They drive her right into a tree.
Yeah, I'm like, I at least submit that. Like,
Yeah.
hey, what if?
Oh,
And
my
look,
God.
it's like an
Hey,
homage to
hear
her
me out.
dad, okay? So we let some Japanese dude drive her into a fucking wall.
Oh my.
You at least gotta fucking bring it up.
Or maybe she gives birth to him.
I feel
Maybe
like
we
my
do like a
kids.
Stanley Kubrick thing.
My kids would do that for me.
Yeah,
My
well,
kids would
maybe.
give birth to me.
Oh, you think so? Yeah. See, you could CGI a rebirth of Paul Walker through the daughter's vagina.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's
And then we
dark.
could have like 12 more.
And she looks down and he's crying and she's like, Dad?
Yeah, Dad. And he just looks up and he's like, "It's been a long time without you, my friend."
And then she
Got
pulls
Charlie
out a
Puth
fucking
in the
gun and
back.
blows her brains out.
blows her brains
Yeah.
out, and then Paul lives.
Yeah.
And then that's
There
the
can only
new
be one at a
franchise.
time. It's like Highlander.
Yep.
How did I end up in this room?
There's only one Walker.
You haven't drank enough booze to be in this conversation.
Like having a moment.
There's only one Walker. That's how Vin Diesel ends the movie. There's only one Walker.
Right before we started the show, she's walking around like, what are we going to talk about today? Oh, I guess you should have
Oh, we're
probably
talking
waited.
about the rebirth of
Well, you- that was you-
Walker's daughter's
your
vagina.
You're the
I
one
know.
that
I
said
had a
that.
very
Make sure the
meta.
daughter's old enough, and we're not speaking out of school here,
It's a
Bob.
very
I don't
yeah.
give a shit how old she is.
Meadow Walker, I think her name is.
Meta?
She's,
Her name is Meta.
I know she's old enough for him to date.
Well, that's 16, friend.
For
Old
him,
enough
yeah.
for Jerry
No.
Seinfeld. too.
Well,
was
yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld
oh,
a
yeah.
pedo as well?
He used to go after
He was
What was
dating a
that?
17-year-old.
Shoshana. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was like 17
and
years
he was
old.
like 41 or
No,
some
no,
shit.
no, 1736.
1736.
Still creepy.
That was the age difference.
What's the rule? Half your age plus 7. But I can't do math, so I'm just gonna do what I want.
Yeah,
right?
it's true.
That's how it
true.
works.
That's me. I'm cool.
That's what I tell the cops.
She's 24 now.
She's 24.
Oh shit.
So we were
Shit.
fine.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
She could have-
DiCaprio wouldn't even date this bitch.
No, she's too old.
You know what I realized? You know
What's
why
that?
Leonardo DiCaprio dates young girls?
What's that?
Because anybody in their 30s remembers what's eating Gilbert grape.
Ooh.
And if anybody in their 30s, like, I would make him do the voice.
Does he play a
I would make
retard
him
in
do
that?
the face. Yeah.
I've never seen that. He's a retard. Though,
show
right?
hey Bob, pull up a picture of Gilbert Grape with the retard face.
Can you imagine
And
it?
pop that on.
Does it
I
just
also-
look like John Fetterman or what?
No, he
Say
talks
sorry,
like Fetterman.
Arnie.
He talks like
Sorry,
Fetterman.
Arnie.
Wait, do it again.
He does. No, I have no idea what you're talking about. What?
Gilbert
Do the
Grape.
voice.
Do the voice.
No, I can do South
I've
Park
legit, I've
voice.
never seen this.
You just did a retard voice on,
I don't
on live
no, no,
television.
no,
Look
no,
at
I
that.
don't
There
know
he is
about
right
that. That's
there.
my voice.
Look at Yanni Depp, dude.
Look at them young chaps.
Look at
yeah.
that.
So if anybody my age remembers this movie, so he has to date bitches that were born after that, or else they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
Or
do the
what if,
voice,
or what
babe.
if that's your kink? And then you wanted that in the bedroom. Give me, I'm about to come. Give me that Gilbert Grape. And he's
Or-
like,
Or how do you know he doesn't make? How do you know he doesn't make every one of these women watch that movie first, then he plows them?
yeah.
And he does the voice the whole time.
The whole
What's the
time.
voice again?
I also
Do the voice,
I
but
was
talk
doing an
about sexual
Arnie
shit.
Grape voice. Okay, first off,
Gina,
let's clear that up. I was
Gina.
not doing.
Gina, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Why have you been celibate, Gina? Why haven't you been fucking anyone,
And
Gina?
that's DiCaprio. And it's just like, look, I was nominated for an Oscar, and I'm giving
Hey, you want to see this, babe?
And then boom, everywhere, all over chest, face, arms, legs,
Oh yeah.
calves.
He never misses the legs.
I'm
sure doesn't.
dissociating so bad right now.
Oh, it's great, dude.
see your
And
you know
then
what I
he puts
really
a bowl
like?
of grapes next to the bed, and he's like, "Eat the grapes now, Gina, 'cause I'll give it cum again. Eat the grapes, Gina. Eat the grapes." And he's feeding you. Gilbert is feeding you grapes the whole time.
I paid for a flight here.
Did you really? You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. I wouldn't have done it if I were her. You know. You know.
This is the face.
She gon' come.
This is what regret looks like,
It
right?
sure
here.
is. She gon' come. She gon' come. Sorry, Gina.
So you know what I really like though? I really like the idea of like how like a Daniel Day-Lewis method acts, so he becomes a character.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Like, so I like the idea of Leonardo DiCaprio doing that. Like, they do like craft service, and he just gets like ants on a log. or
Yeah.
some dumb
Ants
shit.
on a log, grapes. She gon' come. She gon' come. What? That's what the hairdresser's name was. You
Face
just have the
doing
same.
that is gonna be burned in my memory
It is
forever.
Gilbert Grape,
I'm not
okay?
gonna remember like my nephew's 7th birthday, but I'm gonna remember that.
Bob, make sure.
She
Fucking
gon'
hate this.
come. That's gonna be a ringtone now for Drinkin' Bros.
Yeah.
She gon' come.
Bob, make sure you clip this, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
send it to her every day for the rest of her fucking life.
Every single
I'm gonna
day.
become a fucking nun. I'm gonna become
won't
a
stop me.
fucking nun.
Yeah, it won't stop
also-
anyone.
Nuns
yeah.
got iPhones. I don't
You
give
know,
a fuck.
Yeah.
this is why I use a stage name, because at one time I'm just gonna pull the fucking zip tie and just fucking. None of y'all are gonna know me anymore.
That's true. The dick comes out and you're just like, fuck you. I drink Bud Light too. Jingle come. And just right to the audience, dude. And everybody's just going bug fuck. Oh my God, I love her. I love her so much. Are you performing tonight?
Yes.
We'll give you money if you go on stage
And
and
just do
say that you got fucked by DiCaprio during
the shooting.
the
Barney
shooting
Grape.
of Gilbert Grape. And I was like, oh, he was so in it. He was method, everything else. And
Well,
I started writing about it, and then I saw that, and now it's like,
You would have
what a
been,
bad
the
the
idea.
audience would love it. Jingle come. Imagine the merch you would sell.
you would have been 6 years old at the time. Well, 5 years old.
Me?
No,
yeah.
her.
Yeah, me
you would
too.
have been 35.
No, I was.
you're
I
in
don't
your-
even know if I was born when that movie
You're
came
in your
out.
late 60s now. I believe.
Yeah, but something to look.
You're 1
something to look
million
into.
years old.
Something to look into, Gina. You know, would you fuck
Merch
DDL?
that says Jean gon' come.
Jingle come.
With
But
just your
yes.
face on it
And
like
it's-
that.
But it's C-U-U-U-U-U.
Well, the reason
that.
the reason is because he's a fucking mongoloid, and it's tough for him to get the words out.
I'm
Why are
method.
you hating, dude?
I'm method,
I'm
Gina.
It's a
not
retarded
hating.
person
Why are
trying
you
to tell
projecting
his
on me? I'm
lover
not
that.
hating.
Yeah, you are, because it's a retard trying to
Oh,
fuck.
I forgot. I'm on the podcast where you tell me who I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Gina,
That's exactly
why,
where you
That's
are.
why you're here.
What
you-
podcast did you think you were
That
on?
is why you're here.
You're here for us to tell you who you are.
Yes.
Did you not?
Right?
Your family hired us to get you back on the right track.
You came
and
on.
the right track is Gene gonna come.
Yeah. 18 months
We
of
need
being
you to
celibate.
stir away. You started thinking about
I
being
guarantee
celibate,
it's
going
gonna-
back to school and becoming an NP for psych because you've seen a lot of weirdos. But you know what? We needed you to get on this podcast, stare at all these dicks.
Yep.
And you need to hear Gene gonna come 45 times in the
2
room until you
weeks.
got right back on the
I'm
right
not even
track,
close
lady.
to being done.
2 weeks. Oh, it's yeah. We've got.
I'm not even close to being done.
Oh, you think that's it? Oh,
got-
you think that's
We
it?
got a bunch of listeners in the studio today live. Yeah, they're gonna want to hear this all the way home. We might even name the episode
married.
Gina gon' see you, and then that'll be the name of the episode. And I think we're gonna do it.
I hate that I haven't came in like 18 months.
I understand
and
that.
now when I am close,
Yeah.
I'm gonna think about that.
Yeah.
And like never.
Yeah.
I'm becoming a fucking nun.
You're welcome. You're
Thank
welcome.
You. Thank you. This has been
It's been fun. Would you fuck DDL in character?
what?
What character?
Who's DD?
There
Daniel
will be blood.
Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
What character?
There will be blood.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the one I drink.
But he's a bit of a he's a bit of
a
a sociopath in that one, right? You-
Yeah, if you can't tell with the lady that's
No, I
had
got
4
it.
concussions from dudes,
we're,
that's kind of
we're,
my
he- we're
type.
here to fix you, okay? That's
We're here
the
to
whole
fix you.
point of this.
You know what? Thank you.
Play that Coldplay
You know,
song.
thank you.
Play "Fix You" by Coldplay.
Thank you.
I'm kidding.
Don't play
Honestly, I
anything.
Yeah, we're
think
on
I
YouTube.
am.
If you play
today.
something by Coldplay, I have to kill myself.
It's true.
So play it.
Yeah.
So fucking play it.
So play it.
Yellow, boom.
Yeah, this will be like your big.
I think it'd be
I'll
great.
get
If,
behind you and fucking decapitate
Well, I've got
you.
a shotgun right there in that guitar case, so you can pull that out and shoot me while I'm
How
shooting
have you
myself.
not done that
Killed myself?
when you have a shotgun right there?
what do you want him to Cobain? I mean, there's guns all over the studio.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's guns and roses. There's guns
Wow,
and
we're
roses.
short on the roses right now.
We sure are.
We have some rosé right
Would
there.
you fuck Daniel Day-Lewis as Lincoln? Because he played Abraham Lincoln. He was method
And
for that.
remember, Abraham Lincoln was a state champion
No.
high school wrestler.
Yep. So he would wrestle you
So-
first.
Yeah, but didn't he like going to the theater?
Yep, but he's free and slaves
Everybody,
first.
but there was no movies and shit.
Hey,
back
want to hear
there.
my cool based joke?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Here's my cool based bar joke for you.
Let's go.
You want to know what's similar between JFK and Abraham Lincoln?
What's up?
They were both shot by actors.
Okay.
Is there a reverse
It's
applause?
all right. Yeah. Is there something that would suck the air out of the room? Like, play the applause real quick, just so she knows what it sounds like. Great. Now stop that because it wasn't deserving of that. Is there a noise that sucks everything right out of the room into a black hole?
I do like it though. It's like a Norm
There we
Macdonald
go. That
joke.
one.
Yeah, it's like a very like based best bar joke.
anytime Norm was invited
like I
to come
should be
do
like
something, he would
pouring you
bomb
a drink.
on
Like,
purpose.
hey, you want to hear
Yeah.
the similarity?
I want to. Hey, do you want to hear the thing?
Yeah.
But instead,
It might sound a little like this.
Yeah.
God damn it.
but let's say DDL was Abraham Lincoln. Would you let him get behind you?
No, is this what we're doing right now?
It's not what we're doing right now.
Is this what we're doing?
Gina,
is this what we're doing?
If
Is this
yes or
what we're
no,
doing?
you know he walked into a Cracker Barrel and had breakfast in the town in character
I'm catching the
as
vibe
Abraham
of the
Lincoln.
podcast.
Oh, you mean I thought you
catching
meant
the vibe.
I thought you meant Lincoln did that. I'm like, I don't think Cracker Barrel was around in the 1860s.
Bob,
man.
pull up the picture of DDL in the Cracker Barrel as Abraham Lincoln. People were eating, and he walked into the restaurants.
Oh,
Yeah, but it probably takes a long time to get
I
into
just
that
did the same thing
fucking.
you did. I just caught up to you. I was like, why are we talking about? Yeah, that's a no
Mother
from
God.
me, dog.
But he's
Oh,
wearing like
jeans and a fucking.
he's wearing a
turtleneck.
forehead, a nose,
That
and a
looks
chin
like half the
appliance.
guys
so-
in the coffee shops in Austin.
It's true.
Oh, are there a lot of Lincoln beards around here?
Tons, right?
Yeah, they always got lame haircuts
It's
to
almost
let
like
you know
chinny,
they
it's-
take
yeah.
any genitals in their mouth.
Oh, look at
Gotta
that
get
how
a
you
haircut
know?
about it. You gotta get a haircut
Hey, give
about
me
it.
a haircut that says I'll suck a dick. But not exclusively.
God.
Where do you live in real life?
Oh, you want my address after this?
No, dude.
After all, want me to
You're
dox
deeply
myself?
suspicious.
Yeah,
dude.
Gina,
I mean,
you're a real fucking sus, dude.
I know.
I don't even know where you live. What state, city? Where you at?
I live in the Northeast.
Okay.
I'll give you a region.
Couldn't be any fucking vaguer than that. I
Hey,
live
could
in
you
North
tell
America.
I'm a Northeast Italian girl by anything about me?
Well, the reason I ask is when you come here and you see these fucking dudes in Austin, is it
Lame.
not like that where you live? Because I picture you somewhere in Brooklyn,
Ew.
and I think it's the same vibe.
dudes are bitches all
No,
over these
I
days.
don't live in Brooklyn for that reason. Brooklyn
do
got
live there.
very. No, I don't live in Brooklyn.
You don't like
gotcha.
rolled jeans and fucking.
No, I don't like the trendy shit. No, I don't like
metrosexuals.
that anybody that thinks they're being individual by doing the same thing everybody is fucking doing. No, I live in the Northeast.
Okay.
But I'm from a very blue collar town, so I've always liked guys that I went to a vocational tech school when I
but
high
did you
school.
do that because you were dumb or just because you wanted to? Okay, well, no, it's a fair question. Because that's what they used to say at our school growing up of like,
No,
if you
it was
don't
like-
get good grades, we're going to send you to that fucking...
No, it was half and half. So it was like half our school was the Voc Tech kids and half of us were like doing math. But I was around people that could like build cars and like fucking doing carpentry and shit. So I'm like used to that type of like man. And then when I moved and like came here, I'm like, they're all just a lot of soft-handed dudes.
Yeah.
Like it's just really rough.
What did you
But
do
no,
with
it's
that
not-
vocational school, though? What was your job there?
I went to regular. It was half and half, like I just said. It's hard. Listen.
Oh,
like,
it's both?
Yeah.
I've never heard of a school that was both.
Yeah. So it was half and half, and so those kids like took like English and math with us, and then the rest of their classes they were going to do like carpentry or whatever the fuck, and then we were doing like science.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm like, that's just what I grew up around. Like I grew up in like a factory town that got ravaged by the opioid crisis. So all my friends are fucking dead.
West
from my
Virginia?
hometown.
Pennsylvania or West Virginia.
I was going to
probably,
say,
yeah.
it's got to be one of the two.
Massachusetts, baby, OG.
Oh, the Chooch. Okay. You're
That's
from
another
there.
one.
That's
Yeah.
another one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
no
from
shit.
Massachusetts. Yeah, that's why
God
I'm.
damn, you're like a fucking walking Springsteen song.
I'm like that's doesn't. Oh no, that's fucking. God.
Matchbox 20.
No, I was thinking of that Bon
Same.
Jovi song that says Gina in it.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I was like, boo, sorry.
His daughter got wrapped up in that opioid crisis. She's overdosed 2 or 3 times, I think.
yeah,
Yeah, the
it's
Jovis.
Heron, yeah.
so funny because it's like I don't take overdose. I'm like they're dead. Like I don't even take. Oh, you took a little too much. Anything is an overdose of heroin. There's no like fucking regimented dose. So like doing that and being like, oh, they OD'd. They took a nap.
Yeah, they slept.
Yeah.
They slept.
Then
The other Jovi kid that was doing well, he just got engaged to the chick from Stranger Things, 11. So it's Millie Bobby Bon Jovi is going to be her name.
Millie Bobby Brownie.
Bon Jovi, yeah.
Bon Jovi, technically.
Bon Jovi, technically, yeah.
no,
So
yeah. All my high school friends are dead except for like 5 of them.
really,
Yeah,
you
that
do
all
it?
happened when I was like 16 to.
all from heroin?
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you were.
and then Oxy, it moved to Oxy.
I thought you were confessing to, like, I murdered half of the high school.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
guys should stop asking me about these John
Well,
fucking Mayer dicks.
oxys are fun. How are people dying from oxys?
Because they moved from Oxy to heroin.
Oh,
Because it's
gotcha.
cheaper and.
Yeah, and that was
easier to
before
find.
fentanyl. So it's like sad to see like people in their 20s here because all the fentanyl shit. I'm like, oh, I remember this. I remember watching all my friends die, and I wouldn't fucking wish that on anyone.
Yeah.
That sucks because like when comedy, you have friends that are like 20 to 55 years old, right? So it's like now I see all these young girls being like, my friend's fucking ODing on the weekend. I'm worried I got to carry Narcan. I'm like, fuck, that sucks.
Do you worry though, or are you just kind of like, if they do, they do, you know?
No, I
am I
will
gonna
say,
stop
so
it?
it gets to a point where it was like my very, very best friend, grew up since I was like 5 years old. Like she could just walk into our house kind of friend, like went on family vacations with us. She was the main one that like when I watched her fucking OD, go through all of it, like lose a ton of weight, become a stripper, like go missing months at a time. When she finally
Stop being free.
yeah.
Yeah,
When she finally stopped living her life, she was a boss babe. She was a boss babe.
Slay queen.
Yeah.
Slay queen.
I also love that like
What was her
girls-
stripper name?
Oh, I don't even know. It was so sad. But
Cavalier. Coming to stage, Cavalier.
it was something sweet. It was like Sparkles.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Sparkles sounds more like a clown.
She's fucking.
And the reason I ask is if there's like, oh, did Cavalier OD? You know, do they call her by the stripper name or just her real name?
Oh no, that was a toughie. So when that one happened, that's when I kind of like for a while got very cold about it. And I remember one of my friends calling me and he had like robbed another one of my friends and I had fucking blocked his number for a while. And it's always a sob story about like help myself.
Yeah.
That it was like you just become so cold and callous to it that I was like, bro, learn some guitar chords. Like you're gonna fucking OD and you don't even got like a song. At least Lane Staley made a fucking record about it.
Sure.
You know,
Couple, yeah.
like
Yeah, couple,
like
yeah.
at least like fucking do something with it. But I'm like, you're hitting me with a story. I can't care.
Yeah.
Like my cousin's still in and out of that shit. I can't care. So I'm like, now when I see this stuff and I'm like, oh, these poor girls, because that shit fucked me up. That's why I ended up dating dudes that were choking me and
But
shit.
I think this is the same as pestilence or creative destruction or any other thing that
Locusts. What are you saying right now?
Well, just give me a minute.
Okay.
It's gonna take a
God,
minute.
this is why women get slapped. I mean, it's fucking crazy. You do not interrupt a
I got
man.
a strong jaw. Got it from my grandma,
I
buddy.
mean,
I got a strong jaw. I know what I can take,
Do
buddy.
not interrupt a man. They did not teach that in vocational school.
No, I think that addiction is the same as any other weak gene. It is meant to weed people out of the fucking gene pool. And I don't give a fuck. I don't believe in rehab or sobriety or any of that stupid
I
shit.
think it's depression and a sign of our society.
Well, it's not new, so.
No, I don't think it's new, but I think there's new ways to like get caught up in things that are like sad.
Yeah, that's just being weak, right?
Yeah, I mean, how do you get
Oh,
caught?
look at that guy with the army tattoos calling other men weak.
It's not that, but how do you? What's the?
It's about the size of it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're like,
I
that's
mean,
about who I am.
Yeah,
Got it.
But what's the to stop it? Of like, oh, why are you doing this then?
What do you mean?
Like, why you're doing drugs? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh
why
yeah,
you're doing
no, that's
heroin?
what I'm like. It sucks because there's like a huge mental health crisis in the fucking country, right? Like there's not enough money or time for anybody. There's not enough money for fucking mental health practitioners to actually get to know to somebody, and there's not enough healthcare. Like insurance is fucking demonic that they don't cover like a good person. So
But
now
there's not one book or Drew Barrymore on her talk show saying, you know what, switch to heroin. That's going to make everything rad.
What do you mean?
You know, nobody says.
have you
that.
ever taken like a benzo and fucking just forgot about everything?
What's a benzo?
Like a
Benzodiazepine.
Xanax or anything like
Yeah.
that?
Oh, a Xanax?
Yeah.
Yeah, Xanax. Yeah, but
Yeah, and just been like, oh, cool. I don't have to feel things.
no.
You never been like, have you ever been like severely depressed to the point that you've like thought about offing yourself?
At the start of this show? Okay.
Just when you asked me that.
Chico,
There you go. Let's reel it.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry. You
I
know
know.
what? I'm
But-
turning this too much into like
but-
an actual conversation.
No,
so
no.
let's go back to
But with that,
farts or whatever.
Yeah, but with
This
that,
is the first mention of farts, and you said it.
Yeah.
Just to be clear,
On the
we were
show.
talking about John Mayer's dick.
we sure were.
Just
and
so
having
you
sex
know,
with
lady,
Lincoln.
we're
To this.
classy and we're talking about schlongs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but switching over to heroin, you know what the result is in that. You
Yeah.
know what the end result is. So it's not like it's been a mystery that's suddenly cracked, and you're like, you know what? Shit, I did heroin, and it's exactly like
Do you
everybody
think
else
it's
said
just?
it was.
Do you think it's just nihilism and people don't care about the outcome, or they think it's like dating a crazy girl where I can fix her?
I think
You
it's
know what I
getting
mean?
to a point, like if you're turning to heroin, I think you've gotten to a point where you don't want to feel anything. And there's been like multiple steps towards that.
Maybe,
You're
yeah.
like,
But heroin also feels really, really good.
Really?
So
I've
maybe
never
you
done
want
it.
to feel really good. I don't know either, but I've taken Percocet before. It's pretty
oh,
dope,
and you're
right?
like, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, it's right.
You're
It
like,
rocks.
that was
I've
pretty
smoked
sick.
opium before, but that's different. It
Really?
doesn't. Yeah, it's not the same.
Hey, let's talk about drugs. We're in Austin. We should talk about drugs.
That's
right?
fine.
All right. 'Cause I was like, I don't want to turn this
but
into like a whole like.
kicking it up to heroin though is a notch where it's like it's a no-no. You know it. You know what I'm saying? It's like driving 150
They're
down the
already- okay, so
highway.
you've
It's probably
done-
not going to end up good.
So have you done Percocet? Have you ever needed like Oxy for like a pain situation or anything
Yep.
like that? When you stopped it, did you go through the withdrawals?
Sure didn't.
Oh, really?
No.
See, I've taken it for a wisdom tooth, and I've only taken half of one the next day. The next day, I tried to stop sweating, threw up, had like fucking diarrhea, whole thing, pain all over my body. So it's like such a bad, like that if you decided that one day, like you're going to stick to it to like not come out of it.
Yeah,
Which is sad.
I've been in the
Like-
hospital numerous times, and
Yeah.
and I've had all the things that you could have in this life. Never heroin, just because simply you see heroin,
Yeah.
heroin's bad, great, don't take heroin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like lighting yourself on fire. It's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I think if you're in the room with fucking street heroin, you've already gone down a bad enough path that you're not thinking that way anymore. I don't think you're thinking logically anymore when you're down to that point.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's nihilism, right?
Yeah, I think
There's
you're
no
already
hope.
at the point that you're like, fuck everything.
Now, cocaine, on the other hand,
Yeah, it's
Is
Never
this-
done it.
really.
Yeah.
no shit.
Th-
Girl like
th-
you.
This is
Yeah.
what really upsets me is that the whole fentanyl thing. If it was just in heroin and stuff, I wouldn't care because I don't care if people that do heroin live. But
oh.
stay out of my cocaine, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
it's
a very
right.
not in my backyard style of drug enforcement, I guess.
Yeah, that's what, do you know the fentanyl strips are illegal here?
Fentanyl
Strips.
The testing strips are illegal in Texas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I buy them on Amazon, but
Yeah, they're actually illegal in Texas because they
I'm not-
consider it paraphernalia, which is backwards and fucking insane.
well, there's a lot of backwards insane
Yeah,
things.
it's
Yeah.
the South.
Yeah.
I
You're
mean,
like,
look,
actually, I don't know if you know where you are, lady.
grew up in Georgia, so we still don't have booze stores open on Sundays.
Oh
down
yeah,
there.
and Massachusetts doesn't either.
No,
Lord's
Connecticut,
Day.
Massachusetts,
I know.
they're all like that.
Yeah.
Dumbass blue law bullshit.
Sun-
Well,
Sunday-
that's when they're touching
Sundays,
kids. Yeah, you got to touch
God's
kids on
Day.
Sunday. Yeah.
Hey.
yeah.
Well, I think that's-
Massachusetts is
I-
the worst state
It
for it.
is,
You know
yeah.
that, right?
I think that's
What?
mostly during
Catholic
the week,
Church?
though. I think the molestations mostly happen during the week when the parents are
Really?
Yeah.
I found out that the Vatican has a list of priests that aren't pedophiles.
Is that a watch list?
Yeah. Is it?
Like they call oh, sorry, Father Bob, you haven't fucked any kids this week.
No, it's just a shorter list.
It's an official
It's
church.
Five Guys. That's
Yeah.
what Five Guys is named after.
Oh, shit.
It's
Yeah,
Five
the burger
Guys.
place? Yeah. No wonder they taste so good. You know? It's made with extra love. Those burgers over there.
God.
You know?
It's made it's made by a guy named Gilbert.
Yeah, exactly. Loves grapes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
And he's
let's
got
go
this-
back to
he's got
you
this-
saying that. Sorry, I turned it a weird.
Well, Gilbert's got this catchphrase that he likes to use. What is it?
Jingo cool.
He just says it over and over.
Jingo cool. Gina's still not done yet today. You know what
Okay,
I'm saying?
no, it's fine.
This will go on for. You guys want to do that for another 3 hours?
I've got
I think?
nowhere to be today.
Me neither.
Yeah,
Me neither.
I got nothing until like 8.
Yeah.
Okay,
so.
great.
I
okay,
can do
great.
this forever.
Because what I
Yeah,
would like
sorry,
to do
we
is
can turn this
stretch.
around. I'm sorry.
And what I
I'm
would like to
talking
do
too
is
much.
stretch. Yeah, and again, you're
I'm
interrupting
bumming you out.
men. Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
like
I'm
to be
sorry.
slapped, choked, anything else.
What a bummer.
Do you like to vote? Gina.
I'm not even registered.
Thank God.
I can't.
Thank
I
God.
couldn't tell
Yeah.
if that was like, of course I do.
I
or
know.
Of course I don't.
Oh,
was waiting.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so there's a thing that gets like caught up that I'm like, oh, I don't like doing coke because I didn't want to be mistaken for a girl that would follow around a drug dealer and suck his dick for coke. That was like the big reason why I didn't do it. But because I
Because you
have
didn't
like,
want to have to suck dick for coke?
yeah, I just
'Cause
saw
it
the way
was
girls
expensive?
acted around coke, and it was just lame as hell. And I
It's
was
not
like,
just
I never
girls.
want to be.
It's not just girls, it's dudes
Gil-
too.
Gil-
You're like, I'll suck a dick.
Oh no, Gilbert was actually like that.
Yeah, he was, and he was sucking dick for coke.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's how
he
he
wasn't
got-
actually retarded. He was just going through withdrawals.
And we're doing callbacks.
Yeah. Sure are. But why would they suck dick for coke? Just because they don't want to pay for
No,
it?
she
Yeah.
said she didn't want to seem like the kind of because that's the perception. If you're a girl that hangs out with a coke dealer,
Yeah, it's gross.
that's probably why you're hanging out with him.
Well, rise above it. You know, pay for your own coke, and then that makes you.
Or you be the
do
coke
it.
dealer and he's sucking your dick for coke.
Yeah. You ever
just
thought about
not.
that?
Or just not.
All right. So you've never done cocaine? Okay.
Yeah.
Oxy's the hardest you've gone.
I got oxy for a wisdom tooth out. Let's clear that one up, bucko.
Well, I mean, that's fine, but that's
Yeah.
a
No,
lot.
I have a DMT pen, and like I've done DMT. If you
What
wanna
kind of
talk about
DMT?
that. I don't know. It's from the dark web.
The kind that makes you see kaleidoscopes or the kind that feels like mushrooms?
So
kinda?
Dan does it all the time.
Oh no, I got like past the kaleidoscopes and like
Okay, good.
saw like my friend just be colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 5-MeO.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Dan, we've
good for
done it all
him.
the time. He's actually done it on the show.
Really?
Yeah, we've done shows on it.
Yeah, like you can
Wow,
do like
he
the
is.
kind of like you hit it and you're like, okay, now I'm gonna see like the Tetris stuff, and now I see the kaleidoscope stuff,
Mm.
but like going. But I always like to go with it like with intent. But
Yeah, sure, yeah. You want to take a heroic
What was the
dose.
intent for you, like at that particular time?
I was trying to get over the fact that I was dated 2 dudes that beat the fuck out of me, and like tried to figure out where that was coming from.
Okay.
Yeah, and like
did,
just kind of forgive stuff and like move forward.
Did you figure it out?
Yeah, I'm in this room, so now I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
Like I felt.
I don't feel like
I
you
felt
did.
like I did, and then now I'm here. No. I feel very good about where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
well, you never know.
No,
Because
that's fair.
sometimes it just takes another beating to
No,
kind of
but
shake it
because
back
of-
into you.
Because of like,
Like
the
an Etch-a-Sketch.
thoughtful
Yeah.
stuff that I'm saying, there is like a quick way that I can see how you could be like, oh, this girl fucking is on a picket line for abortions or something.
Yeah.
I can see how that vibe is coming off. I can see that.
It's super dark over there, Gina.
Really?
Yeah.
That's racist.
Well, her father's
I don't
the
think
one
my
with the Jam
grandfather would
Boys.
like to hear that.
I know.
Yeah.
He sure wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Does he still have slaves?
My grandfather's
I'm
dead.
kidding. R.I.P.
That's
Pour
not
one
an-
out for Tony.
R.I.P.
Not an answer to the question.
Yeah, it sure isn't. Did he own slaves? Yes or no?
I'm sorry, you pouring.
You reading a book over
What's up?
Are you pouring
there? What are you reading a
water
book?
into your wine?
Yeah, it was like halfway.
Like that's
It's like
that's-
reverse Jesus.
Yeah, it's like reverse
You
Jesus.
think you're better than Jesus? Bitch, get out of here. This goes out on Sunday, too. It's the Lord's Day.
It is, and look what you've done here.
No, and
Gina.
here's something creepy. My great grandfather was an immigrant, came over here, became a stonemason.
Okay.
That's pretty common for Italians, yeah.
Yeah.
They built a lot of the churches in the Northeast, actually.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Is that what he did? He built churches?
I don't know what he did with that stonemason. Who knows? Who
He
the
built
fuck
slave
knows?
quarters
Did you ever
out
sit?
behind his
Yeah,
house,
I was gonna
apparently.
say. Did you ever
Well,
sit
maybe
down
he was a
on his lap and
politician.
talk to him about it?
What? My great grandfather?
Yeah.
No, he died before I was born.
Oh, he did. Okay. I think I'm one of the few people who actually lived with a great grandfather
No,
for a
I'm
while.
on. Okay, let's do your thing. I'm on track with your whole like the whole defund politicians thing. I think that's like that makes sense.
Politicians are cunts.
They're all the same thing. They're all the same fucking
One of my
thing.
brands is
Let's do this.
all politicians are
Let's
cunts.
do this. Let's do your show.
Yeah. Why not?
Do your show.
Yeah.
Well, see,
No, they're all the same fucking thing.
Yeah,
they're all the
exactly,
same fucking evil, and
Slaves?
it's crazy.
No,
Stop
politicians.
Oh, politicians.
Yeah,
Got it.
It's not a fucking open mic. Let's comment. No, they're all the same thing. I appreciate that message, even though I haven't seen most of your episodes. But
Okay.
based on the term defund politicians, dig it. But what's the answer then?
Of what?
Like, what next then? So say, like, all these guys are fucking fuckheads, right? They're all,
Right.
like, evil. They all care about themselves. None of them, either side, are going to, like, lose sleep if you have a fucking bad day or if you go broke or right. Uh-huh. But, like, what's the answer?
Well, I think like jury duty. I think you should have to go to school for it, learn. There should be term limits, and then you get the fuck out of there at a certain age.
Like
So-
you're a professional jurist for some amount of time.
Correct. And I think that would help not only in court cases, but with politics and stuff like that. You go to school for it, you get X amount of dollars, you do it for a certain amount of time, and then you move on with your life, and then that's it. You'll need somebody there to make these decisions.
Yeah.
But the way we're doing it now, Dan talks about it all the time, is basically a popularity contest. That can't be the way anymore because
It's
there's
all
too many.
nepotism and all who they all fucking know each other.
No, but there's a lot of fucking retards who are in there that don't know each other who just kind of pop in and.
Who's popped in that hasn't had a history?
You're
Lauren
kidding.
Boebert, Marjorie
Lauren
Taylor
Boebert.
Greene, Corey
I'm not
Bush.
kidding. No, I'm just asking because this
Oh.
is like your field.
On both sides of
Yeah.
the aisle, there are like people that can't graduate high school who are currently representing their districts in the federal government, like
yeah.
Corey Bush.
But they don't
Marjorie
know
Taylor
anybody in
Boebert
politics.
did not graduate high school.
Boebert did not graduate high school.
Really?
She got her GED 3 weeks before the election.
That's crazy.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. And now she's single and retarded, which means you can probably get in there.
Yeah, and I mean, look, Fetterman's in there, and he's completely gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was no need for. I mean, Pennsylvania's the dumbest state in the nation, but like that's fine.
At
But
least Fetterman was once okay. Boebert
at
was
one
never
point.
relevant.
Yeah,
I know.
she's not. Like if you look on her Light Bright, all the words are misspelled.
But like Georgia almost put
wait,
Herschel
right.
Walker in. So. They almost
Oh yeah,
put
Herschel Walker's another one. Yeah,
Almost got Bob.
But he
How is
just
Herschel
he
doing?
was famous though, right? So that's kind of different.
He is. That's
Because
true.
famous people have been running for office forever.
But
Yeah, that's an
the other
easy
guy,
puppet right there.
the other guy who
Yeah.
actually
Oh,
got
that's
in is a fucking black preacher from Georgia who
that says wild shit. all
wild
the time.
ass
Yeah.
shit all
Really?
the fucking time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
Warnock.
lunatic, yeah.
He's the one who won. I mean, if you want to call it winning, I guess at that point. But he's in. I mean, there's a million of them. Who is the wheelchair guy?
Madison Cawthorn
That's it.
in North Carolina. That young kid that was always doing dumb shit in a wheelchair in North Carolina. Yeah,
He said he kept getting invited to orgies.
Yeah, he
by-
served
by-
one term.
Yeah.
One term, yeah, and he was out of there.
Yeah, he's a fucking retard.
Was he? Could he use his dick, Bob?
The word on the street is no.
Okay. So with that, what if he was getting invited to orgies? What the fuck did he care? Like the dick didn't work.
Well, do you remember Freddie
Show
got?
up.
Remember
He brought
Freddie
his
got?
own cuck chair.
Remember Freddie got fingered, where
Yeah.
he was just beating homegirls' legs with a bamboo cane. They did that to him.
Oh, and that was the kink.
Hey, and
I like that a lot.
Let
then.
me explain something to you.
Sure.
You can't break a hole. Okay.
I'm sorry, you can't break a hole.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Tell
You
that
can't
to
break
a
the
woman
hole.
that's giving birth, my man. Ask your wife about that.
Watch me.
That guy's married and he said you can't break a hole?
Oh, he also said it's my. He said it's my turn on the good hole one time.
Yep.
What else has Bob said? His parents owned slaves, I think.
No, you guys said
Yeah,
that.
he's never. said
Whatever.
Guys,
No, that's what you guys said.
Bob, you definitely said it. Like,
You said that it's my turn on the good hole for
I
sure.
did. say
yeah,
that. Oh,
and,
yeah.
and your parents owned
And by the way,
slaves.
my wife's hole didn't break. It just got bigger.
That's true.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually break.
Well, sometimes
open.
it does rip though.
Yeah,
Sometimes it rips.
The
So
hole
it's
is-
two holes become one.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then if you give the doctor a hundo after the baby's out, they'll stitch it up a little tighter for you. And everybody knows that.
Yeah, you slip it in there.
Yeah. It's a cash. They'll take Cash App or Venmo or whatever.
Oh, wait, the
too.
extra stitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they call that a surgeon stitch?
Yeah.
You know, they do that like without even asking sometimes.
They should.
And that's
That
what a
should be
bunch of
mandatory.
surgeons got sued over it because they
But
call
does it?
they
does
call it the surgeon stitch.
Do you think it's scoot closer this way? Because I think this is funny.
Wait, you want to tell
Do
me
you-
a secret?
No. Do you think the doctor after the surgery goes out and tells the husband like, "Hey, everything's fine"? And by the way,
He just
Yeah.
made her pussy tighter, man. Like, how professional is this situation? Is what I'm asking about.
Yeah, you about summed it up.
You bet something.
Is that,
That's pretty
is that how it went
close.
down?
Yeah, because
yeah, I think you. I think it's an elbow rub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just
Pussy,
dap
man.
him up.
Yeah. Because it was another
It could
one.
be a fist bump now, yeah, with all the COVID precautions and
Right.
stuff. They may not want to get that close. Like,
That's right.
It's an air high five, and they
Yeah.
just freeze screen.
They do
like,
that.
It's like the jump in the air, like a Mentos commercial.
Because there was a guy next to me or across the hall, and they were having a baby as well. And
There was a guy having a baby.
Well, that-
what show am I on
you
right
can
now?
you can do that now, but let's face it, women are the vessel. The dudes do all the work, and we raise our children. I'm sorry, we do.
yeah, you don't
But-
really give the jar credit for holding the pickles, do you?
No, you don't. You know what I'm saying? But with that, he was asking the
I'm just gonna
doctor the
sit here
same
and let
thing.
you guys do that.
His wife's name was actually Gina.
You guys look like you're about to
and the
make out when you both do that.
The doctor was like, "Hey, dude, this is gonna be fine." He's like, "Well, I'm worried about my wife. Is she gonna be fine or whatever?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, Gina." He's like, "Gina gonna cook. Gina gonna cook." And that the doctor had said that.
I think this is like solidifying the fact that I'm going back to school.
You think so? I would at this point. What are you gonna do?
Probably NP,
What's that?
nurse practitioner.
Okay.
Oh, I thought
But most of them are
Neil
burnt
Patrick
out.
Harris.
That's
Ah,
the
that was Neil
problem.
Patrick,
Most of healthcare, they're burnt
Oh,
out.
I can't imagine working in that industry ever, actually. But especially
Yeah, they're
now.
all
Fuck
just
that.
hella fucking burnt out.
You
right
make
now.
a
It's
ton of
problem.
money though. Ton of money. You get to pick your city too.
Okay, tell me how much money a nurse practitioner makes.
I think it's 75 or 80, and then you can bump up based on the city you want to go to. So, 'cause
So
right now
80
they're
is a
looking for
ton
it.
of money to you right now.
What's that?
80 is a ton of
Well,
money.
compared to what you make.
Okay.
Do you make 80 a year?
Yes.
You do. Okay.
Yeah.
In Austin, a nurse practitioner makes between 90 or let's say 80 and 180K a year. That's pretty good. Or 210.
correct.
80 and 210.
But
It's not
it
bad.
depends on the city. So Austin
Yeah.
obviously is going to pay more. New York will pay more.
But the cost
LA.
of living in Austin's not that bad, to be honest.
It's not terrible depending upon where you live. But yes, that is a decent fucking chunk of change. Unless you think differently. Like what's a good living in your mind?
Over 250.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
I think I get at least a quarter of a stick if you're going to fucking put 12 hours in a day.
Yeah.
okay.
But now we know where she's from, right? Or where she lives, at least.
Yeah,
because
yeah, exactly.
There's only one place that would say that.
Like, now we know.
I mean,
They
now
just
we
said
know where you
quarter of a
live.
stick.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Now we know where you live.
Now we know it's fucking Orange, New Jersey.
So do you exactly? It's Patterson. You're up in Patterson, New Jersey.
we
Yeah.
know.
So
It was
do you make a $250,000 a year then?
I'm not answering how much money I make a year.
Is it over or under that?
I'm not.
We were planning on robbing you. That was the whole point we brought
That's
you here.
what.
Yeah.
This actually, the camera hasn't been running this whole time.
Well, the
Yeah.
reason I
It's
ask,
just been a slow
no red lights over
burn.
here.
but the reason I ask is people who have a salary where they're like, this means a lot, typically don't make that money.
Oh,
So
that's interesting.
yeah, it's typically a dream of like, oh, well, this would be a lot of money. But it depends on, it's all relative to what you did throughout your
Yeah.
life. So $250,000 to you,
Is a comfortable living.
right.
Yeah.
And if you make $250,000, then you would be comfortable. So are you comfortable now?
I'm not answering how much money I make. But I am saying that there is a lot of money to invest in going back to school, and it's close to 200K to do that. And then you make under that a year
Yeah.
beginning. So that's just something to think about. And they're really burnt out right now. But I also think that aging as a woman,
Yep.
I don't want to be on a fucking stage. I think it's a little sad. I think it's a little sad to be a 50-year-old woman and be like, and worry about ticket sales. And I like giving back to people. So I want to be in a position where I'm doing something that's like helping people rather than helping myself.
So why not do that now?
Because the time and money.
Oh,
That's it. The investment, the initial investment.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could get a student loan, right?
Yeah, those go well for people.
Gee, Jesus Christ, dude. I've been trying the whole goddamn episode here. Lay out a fucking financial future then. I got to hear something out of you today.
I thought I was getting paid for it. You guys aren't paying for my education
No,
from this?
no, sure not.
No,
dude.
we're actually sending you a bill for this.
The woman in her late 30s who wants to go back to school all of a sudden. What? Like, that's not.
To give back.
You could give back now if you
I
wanted
do.
to.
I volunteer.
Where do you volunteer at?
I'm a crisis counselor, actually.
Okay. And-
That's why I'm here.
Gotcha. You're trying to coach us through our crisis here?
Are you guys thinking about hurting yourselves?
No.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'm mostly thinking about hurting other people.
Other people.
Yeah,
all
From
day
From
long.
2000,
Like-
from 2008 to 2015, every day I thought about
I mean,
hurting
the next
myself.
question is there a timeline?
No.
For
See,
hurting
there
people?
you go. Then we let it go.
No, I got too much shit to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Timeline for life or this particular gig?
What? No, like, so when you're crisis counseling somebody, the big thing is, like, are you thinking of hurting yourself or hurting another person? And if they say yes, the next question is, do you have a timeline?
It's a difference between the ideation
yeah.
stage and the planning phase.
Yeah, it's truthfully, it just pops
I'm
up every day.
sorry. We'll go back to
No, it just pops up every day. I saw a cyclist today
Do
that I
that
wanted to kill.
thing.
I want to kill.
We can look at dicks if you want.
I want to fucking kill cyclists every goddamn day, but
Do you want me
I
to
don't
pretend
do
to
it.
be an OnlyFans girl? I'm sorry.
And it's not that, Gina. Just pretend to be interesting. Totally kidding. But I don't know what happened.
I'm going
to
to
you
use
today.
that on stage tonight.
Did somebody fucking die recently?
What do you mean?
in
I'm just
your life?
hungover.
Okay.
You know what it is? You know what it is? I'll tell you right now. And me and Joel had an awesome car ride here, and I was so funny and interesting on the way here, and he got all the good stuff.
You blew your wad on that.
I blew
fucking
my wad
nobody
on the
over
car
there.
ride.
Yeah, on Joel.
I blew my
On this
wad on the
fucking
car ride.
slave.
And I'll tell
Are you
all,
kidding me?
It was a good car. Yo, we had fun. I will say, here's what happened. As I came down here, and this trip down here, I guess we're just gonna fucking let you know what's going on.
Sure.
This trip down here was supposed to be my deciding factor of, like, am I moving back to Austin? Because I have, like, I get good stage time with everything going on down here.
Yeah.
And before I moved, I was like, nah, I'm re-signing my lease in New York because I don't like the fucking chasing attention shit that I'm seeing. And I came in last night and I fucking saw all of it. I saw so many dudes proverbially sucking other dudes' dicks.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just such a bummer. And it made me go like, what am I doing? And then I sat here and you guys started showing me dicks. And I was like, what is happening to me? Do you think I'm a dumb bitch that wants to look at dicks? And so here we are. This just got so quiet.
This show.
I'm sorry. I'm not used to people listening
This
to me.
show would have been the same
Had you not
had
been
you
here.
not even been here. We looked
Yeah.
at dicks every day.
Every day.
It's nothing to do with you.
Honestly, like we've had Nobel Prize winners on and dicks in the same episode. So.
I think, who do we have
Yeah,
on
I
this? We had
was
a
just hitting
theoretical
that.
physicist.
Michio
yesterday.
Kaku was on, and we started talking about. Well, you were talking about Stephen Hawking's dick, I think.
Yes.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What did we come to? What was the conclusion?
Couldn't use it.
He wouldn't fucking say anything.
Well, that's why he
couldn't
had so
use
much
it.
time to think.
But the whole worked just
What
fine.
do you mean have time to think? He's a theoretical physicist. Fuck him. He's had all his life to think.
The
No,
whole,
I mean,
the
if
whole
he got
did work
there,
just
it's like
fine.
a chicken or egg situation.
Oh, yeah.
Like the dead dick is going to give you some time to think. Like if your dick didn't work, who knows? You could be somebody.
Yeah, but
I'm
in-
not worried about that.
No.
I'm
Yeah,
not, so not worried about it. I don't care.
No.
Yeah,
doesn't care.
I feel
Yeah.
that. I feel that. Yeah, so that's what happened. And then I got on here and I was like, what's the point of it all? And I had like an existential crisis for a second when I saw John Mayer's
Well,
dick.
there is no point.
Sure.
We're just having. We're here to have
Problem
fun.
for a second.
Yeah, that's
and I was
it.
like,
Everything
well,
doesn't
you're
have
not-
a point, you know.
And with what you're doing in life with comedy, like unfortunately, that's what it is. And if
Oh,
you,
that's the problem that's happened in
Mm-hmm.
the past 24 hours.
what do you mean?
That I recognized that was the path. That I was like, oh, I'm dealing with a lot of people that just want to get fucking cameras on them and shit. And I'm like, I just want to hang out and talk shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that doesn't pay anything. So you either got to do something.
Well,
Yeah.
not true. It pays pretty well for us.
Well, for us,
Yeah.
but we love the cameras and the horishness.
And you're
of
men.
it,
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I like the cameras are standoff from actual human beings. That's why I like them.
Yeah, it's a nice like. So that's why I
'Cause
like.
I can talk to this and not to a person.
That's
I'm
why I
okay
like
with
stand
that.
up. It's a
Yeah.
one-sided conversation. I can go do stand up and go home and hang out with my dog.
Right.
It's not like an interactive thing.
No, but you could just go up and do open mics or things like that.
Yeah, open mics aren't a bummer.
Oh my God, dude. I can't fix your life for you. I mean, I honestly can't, dude.
I'm not looking for you to. No, you asked me what happened. That's what happened. Was I just got caught up in a lot of like LA shit, and I was like, oh, I just got fucked up mentally.
Okay.
Well, I've
Oh,
got
here.
something I think can cheer everybody up.
What's that?
So you know how Media Matters has been leaking, quote unquote, leaking these tapes of Tucker Carlson just being an ordinary person behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Like joking around with his staff, and they're like, "Oh, he's sexist," and it's like, "Yeah, she's laughing pretty hard at that joke." So
Exactly.
Maybe he is. I mean, I say a lot of fucked up shit too. Now they released another video that I think you're really gonna like.
Okay.
You're
Oh,
gonna
good.
wanna
I'm
put
glad
on-
we're reeling
Pop
it back
it up.
in.
You're gonna
Pop
Sorry,
it up
guys.
here.
wear headphones for this.
Yeah,
one is
pump it up
pretty-
here.
Sorry for acting like a
I've
real
seen this one.
person.
I think it's pretty bad.
Yeah, this shows a little bit of the. I don't know if you want to say darker side.
Oh, I like this better. I
Of
like that
Tucker
it sounds
Carlson?
like you're whispering to me. That's nice.
There you go. Pop it up here, Bob.
This is gonna change minds.
Bitches born in the 90s that's under 25 can't cook, can't clean. They don't want to work nothing. Niggas that's 31 and over get in relationships with them and wonder why shit ain't working. That's because all young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick, eat hot Cheetos, charge they phone, get a sew and weave, twerk, be bisexual, eat McDonald's, wash they pussy in the sink, lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never on.
That's the greatest clip we've ever shown in the history of this show. That is the greatest clip.
Now,
in the
I can
history
confirm
of
that
the
that's
show.
100% real.
Yeah.
just
And
in
that's
case
just
anyone's
Tucker.
wondering.
That's just Tucker.
Just Tuck being Tuck, man.
Wash yo pussy in the sink.
I got a sleepy 25
No, he said
doing that right now, probably.
What he said was washing they pussy in the sink, which is
Yeah.
way funnier.
Sure is.
I've spent some time with this man, and the idea of him not speaking grammatically correct is so. Aside from all the crazy shit that they edited right there, I think that might be the funniest part of it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but that's real.
Yeah, that's real.
That's 100%.
That was 100% real, is what it is. Gina, I think you're a crisis counselor. Mm-hmm. You might need to reverse that and start doing the counseling on yourself.
Well, you don't.
I'm happy.
You don't. How many mechanics you know got a broken down car in the front yard? You know what I mean?
That's fair.
It's just the way it is, brother.
That's fair.
This is the point in the show where we give the Drinkin' Bro of the Week outs. Gina will swap you out here so we have the listeners come out and give Drinkin' Bro of the Week, if you don't mind.
No problem.
Unless you've got one
Who
now
would
before we go.
Yeah.
You got one? You got somebody you want to shout out?
Oh, yeah. Let's shout out Robert Dean. Wrote a book about existential thirst trap. I don't know. It's a bunch of essays, and he sounds like Chuck Palahniuk or like Bukowski. There you
Okay.
go. That's a dude.
Let's see it.
All right.
That's a dude.
There you
He's
go.
an Austin writer.
Austin writer?
Check that
Yeah.
out.
All right.
There you go.
Perfect. You want to come on up? Yes, you come up first. You brought the
Get
burgers.
This sad bitch out of
You
here.
brought the burgers. You did bring the burgers. So
God damn it.
You were the best in the biz. J&L burgers are the greatest goddamn things I've ever had in my entire life. Look, we already love the barbecue joints.
It was really good, yeah.
As is, but everybody's been talking about these burgers that they have. And we say if you come to the studio and you bring food or booze, you're automatically going to be our bestie. Pop that about an inch from your face there. Tell everybody your name.
Adam.
Adam. Last name? Because what you do for a living?
I work for Tribal Nation in a concrete plant.
Okay. Cheers. Well, hey, dude, thanks for being here. You brought the burgers. You brought us some barbecue. We appreciate it. How good is that place?
J&L's is amazing.
It's amazing. It's unbelievable. Big fan. Where do you live at?
Oklahoma.
Oh, Oklahoma?
So it's like central Oklahoma. Yeah.
Okay. Right on. Who'd you like to give the Drinkin' Bro of the Week to?
I got two of them.
Go ahead.
I got my brother.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, my brother, Jason. So he has his own podcast. It's a small thing. He doesn't do anything like I do. But
No free ads, so don't even say that.
don't even say
I'm not going to say what it is.
Say it, yeah.
I'm not going to say what it is. But his name's Jason. And then obviously my wife.
Okay.
And they're right now kayaking and playing
Downtown?
and something like that. What was that?
Lady Bird Lake?
Well, they're probably on
what was that?
Colorado River right now, but Barton Springs, they
Barton
went to this
Springs.
morning.
Yeah,
Oh, all right, right on.
Barton
Yeah.
Springs is where they were, and
Cheers. Awesome, man.
yeah,
Yeah, it's dope down there.
It's really cold, really cold. I didn't like it. I got down to about ankle deep, and I didn't like it.
You don't do the cold plunge?
No.
No, you're all done with that. Okay.
Yeah, I hated that. I'm not all about the.
Should we just label this the most depressing show in the history of I'm kidding. You're like, nah, I hate that cold, dude. Too cold. We appreciate the food. Who else is over there? You want to come on up, sir? Come on up. Come on. You don't have to walk around. You come around this way.
That burger
Come
was
this
pretty
way.
legit.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best burger I've had in a while.
J&L Barbecue on Cesar Chavez, best in the biz down here. They're BLTs. That's the greatest. The BLT and the burgers, greatest goddamn sandwich.
I'm gonna have to. I wouldn't normally eat something like that, but you guys won't shut up about it, and I can't imagine how a BLT can taste like anything other than what it says in the name.
That's exactly what we said. And so I asked him. I asked the guy, and I said, "Hey, how did you do it?" And he said they smoked the bacon for 7 hours, and it's that thick cut bacon. And what do they? Did they glaze it in something, Bob?
Calm.
Yeah, I forget what.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
I think it was.
It's fucking insane, dude. Like, I'm the same way. Like, a BLT, okay, whatever. Like,
I was the same
Can
way.
you fucking talk with your mouth?
No, he's
Fucking-
eating
God
J&L
damn it.
barbecue, dude. The show's going off the rails at this point. Who gives a shit? We could put Mein Kampf up here, the audiobook of Mein Kampf, and just run it, and it really wouldn't matter at this point. Pop the mic close to your face. There you go.
All right, right here.
What's your name?
My name is also Adam.
Is it really?
So I'm really glad I didn't wear my defund politician shirt that's also green today. Otherwise, you would have thought you had the same person on the show twice. So yeah, my name is also Adam. Yeah.
What's your last name?
I'm gonna keep that secret because
What the fuck is going on today?
I'm about to start a new career, man, and I want to make sure they don't cancel that subscription. You know?
What do you think? They're gonna your new employer is gonna look at you and be like, "Oh, hey, I heard he was on this podcast. Let's just skip ahead and see what was said on it."
Well,
all they
yeah.
keep hearing over and over, Chicopee! over and over and over again. It's
So
just
I'm
like-
getting into occupational safety, and they're like, "Man, we don't want a dumbass running our safety program."
That's probably smart.
Yeah.
Who would you like to give the Drinkin' Bro of the week to?
Definitely my parents, man. I just graduated college earlier this month, and they helped me out a lot, man. They paid for my college, and I look forward to paying them back for that. And then they've made me who I am today. You know, strong upbringing. Both my parents, they had 8 kids, same 2 parents. I mean, it's crazy. They're just amazing people, and I can't be.
So you have 7 brothers and sisters?
Yeah, so it's 6 boys, 2 girls.
Holy shit.
I'm number 6 out of the whole 8. So
Wow.
I got it tattooed on my chest. Actually,
6,
right
yeah.
here. Yeah.
Is that how
I
they
got
kept
6.
track of you? It's like fucking Auschwitz or some shit.
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
is.
I got branded for sure. As soon as I turned 18, they were like, "All right, you're getting a number, so we know who you are."
3 more 6s. You can join Jimmy from Yellowstone.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I don't know about that, but I think I'll stick with the 1
You
for
know?
sure.
Is that your wife?
No, that's my girlfriend. We've been dating actually 6 months today. So.
Oh, cheers.
So yeah,
Congratulations.
Yeah. I mean, you know, everything works out. Hopefully, she becomes my wife. You know, that's the plan. So.
We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see if she acts up. You
Yeah,
know?
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, don't let her talk to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. No, I sat in between them for a reason. So. Yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in, kids. We appreciate it. I'd say go to iTunes and rate the show a 5-star and Spotify and all that shit. Not today. Don't do it. Put the phones away, and let's just take care of ourselves and take care of each other. I think is what Springer used to say. R.I.P. Obviously, he's dead. But after today's show, yeah, nowhere to go from here today, friends. Saturday nights, we will be at Tampa Bay. We'll be at the Tampa Bay Rowdies game. If you're in Tampa Bay, Hard AF Seltzer is the official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies. So we will be there for the night game. If you want to join us, we will be in section MF7. Which stands for Midfield 7. Ticks are cheap there. And then Sunday, we will be at the Rays game against the Dodgers. It is the 11:30 a.m. game on Fox. It is the game of the week, the Sunday game of the week. And we just found out, I don't know, an hour ago that Dan was going to be one of the veterans of the game. They're going to put some picks up on the scoreboard. And Johnny Sins might show up. Maybe.
Vandenham's definitely showing up.
Gene Vandenham might show up. We're going to take Joel to video it, because if we're able to get this on the Jumbotron, I think it would be amazing.
I think I've got just the picture for it, I think. I'm going to look when I get home.
I'll pull a Vandenham pic and then send it to you. But if we can pull that off, it'd be hilarious. They don't listen to the show, so it doesn't really matter anyways. And let's face it.
Even if they did, if they listened to the show, they would be fans of the show and they would let this happen. So
Probably.
I'm fine with it either way.
Probably. Today's they probably turned off after like 15 minutes. So
if they're smart.
Yeah. But if you're out there and you have a chance to sleep with Leonardo DiCaprio, just know that there's a decent shot. He might look at you and just say, For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros podcast. Good night, everyone.